Alright, you guys, so welcome back to my channel. And if you follow me on Instagram or you follow me on Twitter, I just dropped some transformation pictures that went crazy viral. And so a lot of people have been inboxing me, messaging me, asking for details, and I personally get a lot of emails and a lot of text messages, and I always want to give my time and I want to give y'all the best advice. So today is the day that I will be dropping the details on how I lost that much weight in about 1 year. Let's see, I started January, February, March, April, May, June, July. It's about to be August. So 1 year and 7 months, I lost over 140 pounds. Today I'm 163.6. Still knocking it down, still going hard. And the key word to this, I did this all natural. No surgery, no extra stuff, no all that extra stuff, just eating, working out, period. Natural way, natural body, Houston hottie, natural body, like Meg said, okay? So, throughout this video, I will be posting videos of me throughout my journey. I will be posting transformation pictures. I will show you everything from start to finish, okay? So, let's get started. So when I first started, you know, kind of working out, well, let's just get like go into some backstory about like when I was a big girl. Anybody that knows me know I was like into makeup. I was into all this pretty, you know, anything that I feel like helped me express my self-love, express my inner beauty, because I struggled with confidence and learning to love myself for so long. Like I always used to tell myself, you know, like, oh, done, you're not pretty to be big, you know, being big is not pretty. But like once I realized that you have to love who you are in order to change, like I just kind of like said, fuck that, I'm not losing weight, I'm just gonna deal with who I am, love who I am right now, and we just gonna elevate, and I'm gonna motivate people that's just like me to love themselves also, you know. So when I got to that point where I knew that I loved myself and I was confident, I was like full of life, y'all. Anybody that knows me know I also went viral a couple of times on Twitter, and people always had something negative to say. Like they always had negative stuff to say, always gonna talk about you. And when I just went viral the other day about with my transformation pictures, people still have negative stuff to say. So my point is, regardless if you big or small, people still gonna talk about you. So the only way to avoid that is to love yourself, you know, elevate who you are, motivate yourself, be your own fan, be your biggest supporter, and that will allow you to change and, you know, go throughout life being able to accomplish different things. But you have to know, and recognize your own strength within yourself in order to get to that point. And that's how I was able to just, you know, get to this point where I'm all hit, healthy, fit. I'm sorry, hit, y'all, cardio calling my name, but yes, like the way I'm healthy and fit or whatever like that. So what I did was find my why. If you a regular to my channel, you seen the video on me getting bit by a snake, losing my best friend. Like I'm like growing up, I never really just experienced a hard life, you know. So like just getting bit by a snake, I'm very dramatic, y'all. Like that was a lot, and it was too much for me to handle, and I kind of felt like my life was on the line. I know it's probably just dramatic, but y'all, I swear I thought I was about to die. I thought I was about to die. So I just knew I wanted to make a change. I wanted to be better. I wanted to be healthier. And just laying in that bed, and they weighed me, and they was like, you are 311 pounds. And I'm like, wow. You know, I never really just kind of took my weight into consideration. I always just knew I was big, I was pretty, I loved myself, you know. But you have to think about, you know, health problems, you know, high blood pressure, diabetes. There's so many health issues that we can face just, you know, by being overweight. And even like, I'm not saying get skinny, I'm not saying you have to lose weight. If anything, being big is beautiful. Like I love being big. I love being a big, beautiful woman. The only thing is that I just wanted to get my health under control. And you don't have to lose a lot of weight to do that. You could just start eating better, you know, take more healthier choices, a healthier approach in your life, you know. So once I found my why, I said, today is the day I'm going to start working out. So once I healed from the snake bite, healed from everything, I was like, okay, y'all, I'm ready. I think I'm ready. And one thing I realized is, back when I was in high school, I used to try to lose weight so many times, like so much. I used to try to lose weight so much, and it will always be for other people. Like growing up, people used to always call me fat. They always used to talk about me, and I used to be like, all right, when I lose weight, I'm gonna lose weight just to show them you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have talked about me. But at the same time, like having that motivate, like that is my motivation, like trying to prove others wrong. It never got me anywhere. It didn't get me anywhere because it wasn't for me. It wasn't for myself. It was to prove others wrong. It was to make, others satisfied. And it always held me back. But once I realized that I'm going to do this for myself, I'm going to do it because I want to be healthy. I'm going to do it because I really want to get right and get tight. I was unstoppable, y'all. Let me just say that. Unstoppable, okay? So, all right. So once I found my why, I started my journey January 24th. 2019. So right now we are on year 2, looking good, got a little loose skin. Those are my battle scars. We ain't gonna even talk about that, y'all. So when I first started, my first approach was eating in a calorie deficient, and I preached this so many times because like I always look back on why I wasn't able to lose a lot of weight in the past, and because I always going for these quick fixes, like not eating, like cutting out a lot of stuff on my diet, only eating salads because you think salads are healthy. But the trick is, you could be eating 4 salads a day, drowning it in ranch, and still eating over your maintenance or eating in a surplus. And everybody has a certain amount of calories that they have to eat each day in order to maintain the weight that they're at. So if you eat under that amount, you eating under your maintenance, which will cause you to lose weight. 1 pound of fat is about 3,500 calories. So at the end of the week, when you ate and you burned off, you want to at least have burned over 3,500 calories in total. Okay, so let's put it like that. It is kind of confusing to understand. And that's one tip with losing weight. You want to fully understand the process of a calorie deficient, because a lot of people restrict themselves so much from so many foods. And at the beginning of your weight loss journey, I would not suggest restricting yourself from foods, because when you tell yourself, okay, I'm only going to eat this, I'm only going to eat that, it could all cause you to get burnt out. Like you be like, all right, I'm not eating this no more, I don't want to eat this, I'm tired of eating this, I'm tired of eating that, and you just kind of fall back into your old habits. But with a calorie deficit, you're able to eat whatever you want as long as you stay within your macros. Macros being the proteins, fats, carbs, all of that extra stuff. So that's what I started with. I started with eating in a calorie deficient. And so I was really big on trying to eat healthy, but I really wasn't eating healthy all the way. Like I still was trying to, for like dinner I was eating kind of like baked chicken, potatoes, corn, salads with a lot of ranch. I didn't really understand like measurements and stuff. And I used to see my friend walking around with a food scale all the time. Like we'll go have lunch, he would sit there with a food scale, and I'm like, boy, you doing too much. But now I walk around with my food scale just for the simple fact that like people put ranch on the salad thinking, okay, I'm eating healthy because I'm eating a salad. But literally 2 tablespoons of ranch is like almost maybe 150 calories. So imagine 4 or 5 tablespoons. Like that's already like 500 calories right there. And you don't even realize it because you're not mindful of the measurements, So when I first started, I was big on a calorie deficient, but I only was working out maybe 2 to 3 days out the week. And then once I realized like, oh, okay, I'm working out, I'm feeling great, start working out more. But when I was working out, I was doing very basic crunches, jumping jacks, picking up a little weight, squatting with just the bar, like just trying to learn some movements. And like anytime I get new clients that want to start working out and they tell me they never worked before, I always start them off with the basics. Learning how to do a proper squat, jumping jacks, getting some cardio in, learning how to move around, learning how to do a reverse lunge, like learning how to do the very, very simple movements. Because it took me maybe like 2, 3, I literally just started doing lunges. And so I was like, dang, if I would have been practicing a long time ago, I would have been able to do it, a long time ago. So I like always like help my clients start off with very, very basic movements just to get the basics down pat. So the point of like when I started my journey, the point that I'm trying to make is I started out very, very slow. And let me tell y'all about on the weekend. So my first month of like actually going hard, staying consistent, I lost about 15 pounds in 1 month, quick. And that's why whenever people ask me, okay, I'm interested in starting my weight loss journey, where should I start? Like that first month, go hard. Like go all the way hard, try to stay consistent, try to work out, try to do everything, right. So then like all I try to think of is if you eating right and you doing right at the beginning consistently, by the time it get time, for you to ease up and say, oh, okay, I want to kind of cheat a little bit, you already done dropped a lot. So you know exactly what to do to get to where you want to be. And like I said, it's all about like actually understanding the weight loss process, like understanding how if you eat this much and you work out this much, you will get the results that you want. But my main thing that I really had to understand was that you cannot out-train a bad diet. Like, so throughout the week, I would work out, eat right, but then when the weekend come, I would literally cheat the whole weekend. Cheat the whole weekend, eat whatever I want, fried foods, candy, cake, drink, alcohol. I was in college, y'all, so I'm getting drunk, wasted. And literally, over that weekend, I would gain like 3 pounds. 3 pounds just for like water weight, fluctuating. You get water weight from too much sodium. You get water weight from too much sugar, too much alcohol, empty calories, drinking your calories. I would literally gain all that weight within 2 days. And so then the next week, I would work really, really hard to get right back down just to start back where I was from the week before. So the point is like having those cheat weekends only helped me, like only made me get further and further away from where I was trying to be. So that's why I will always after a while, I started to like not have cheat weekends and just have a cheat meal. Like that was a good thing. That was one thing that really helped me, having cheat meals. So I would pick like one meal that I really, really want, that I really, really was craving, and I would eat it on the weekend and like guilt-free. Like, of course, I might feel a little guilty. I'm like, dang, I done did so good. But like, you feel way less guilty if I'm eating one cheat meal versus a whole cheat weekend. Cause like literally, eating bad can waste a whole week's of work. And that's what I preach to my clients. Like, you could come work out 24/7. You could be here at boot camp every single day. But if you go home and eat up everything, like, you literally are wasting your time. And I just want to be so honest about that because I'm a living witness. It was one time I feel like, okay, maybe if I work out harder, I can eat more. So I would spend hours in the gym. I was in the gym burning over 1,000 calories. And still wasn't losing any weight. And that's the point. You cannot out-train a bad diet. Okay, so let's move on. So once I started having cheat days instead of cheat weekends, I got to the point where like now I'm like hitting the 200s. So I hit the 200s, I hit like a 100-pound weight loss goal maybe in November. And at that point, 11. And so by that time, I was like, once I hit like a milestone, like anytime I get out the 10th place, y'all, I go stupid. I probably go get drunk. I go eat up stuff. And I was like, dang, I can't keep doing this every time I get down 10 pounds. So every time I got down 10 pounds, I'll probably go cheat, go binge eat, and just go eat up some stuff. And it's like, it was still only keeping me back further. So it took me like literally months and a half to get through a full 10 pounds. And I was like, bro, I'm never gonna get to where I want to be if I keep like spurging. Like my way of rewarding myself was eating. So like what I would do is like instead of rewarding myself with food, I kind of just go out, go try to do different stuff. Like go try to hang out, go try to get like a feel of nature or something. Try to like keep myself busy so I don't want to just eat up everything. So with that, I was able to kind of just, make my way through. So like now that I'm down into the 100s, I pretty much now I'm kind of like cutting out a lot of stuff because now my whole goal is to like get down on my body fat. Like I kind of like the size that I'm at now, but I want a smaller stomach. Like I want my stomach to be smaller, but I want to still be solid all up in here. Okay, y'all feel what I'm saying? Like thick in the hips, little in the waist. That's my goal. So like now I really don't eat no fried foods. I stay away from high sodium foods. I really don't drink alcohol. And another thing I always did throughout my journey is like don't drink empty calories. Not empty calories, like I don't drink my calories. So I pretty much just drink only water. I don't drink lots of fruit juices. I don't drink none of that. I don't do that because I know like just drinking a lot of water always keep me hydrated, and people always say they thirsty, go get Kool-Aid or get some soda, and you still thirsty because that's not satisfying your thirst. Drink your water, baby. It's gonna keep you hydrated. And one thing I noticed that is like just, you know, eating healthy and eating better, like my skin and everything just looks so much hydrated, rejuvenated. Like, y'all, I'm glowing, okay? I'm really, really glowing. And like even at the beginning of my journey, I didn't eat any fruits, no fruits, but like now I incorporate fruits in my diet daily. Like I eat watermelon, strawberries, bananas, taking it with the basics, y'all. I'm gonna work my way up to all those extra fruits later, but I'm just sticking with the basics. Blueberries, raspberries. I ain't really feeling the blackberries, but if I'm mixing it something, that's cool too. So yeah, like that's pretty much like basically what I was doing. So the main thing was eating in a calorie deficit and just staying consistent. Like it was days that I didn't want to work out. It was days where I was like, fuck this. Excuse my language, y'all. It was days I was like, I don't want to do this no more. I'm losing too much weight. I don't really think this is what I want to do anymore. I really just want to take a break. And I'm like, girl, you done worked so hard. Why would you take a break? Don't take your foot off the gas. When you go 1 full month pushing hard, doing it hard, going full throttle, and you see your results, don't stop there. Like if you know you can go a whole month with losing like 15 pounds, like why not keep going? Why not take a healthier approach with your lifestyle? Why not just do it? And like another thing that always helped me is just like using my fitness pal to track my calories. Like it made me become more aware of the stuff that I was taking in. Like when I look back at the stuff that I used to eat, like when I was young, y'all, I used to go to Wendy's and eat like 2 double stacks with a large fry, and that's that 3,500 pounds of fat right there that I was eating in a day's work. You know, one day, probably even more than that, because I eat that in one sitting, and that's not the only time that I was eating. And another thing that I wanted to mention was like in the beginning of my journey, I like took my calories for granted. I really, really took my calories for granted because I started off eating like 2,350 calories, and I would only eat one time a day. Like literally, only one time a day. And I really, like, I probably, in that first month, I probably could have lost way more weight, but, like, under eating is a real thing. Like, not eating enough can cause you to gain weight. If you're not giving your body the proper nutrients to keep going, like, all it would do is store the fat. So you can't lose the fat if it's storing. Like, if your body gonna say, oh, she ain't gonna eat, so let me just hold this right here for when she don't eat. And that's why you don't really get, lose no weight. So, like, I'm so mad because now, like, I really want to be eating 2,350 calories, but I'm down to 1,500 now, and I'm really mad that I took that for granted. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't undereat. Don't tell yourself, oh, I'm gonna eat 12,000 calories in a day. Like literally, a 5-year-old eats 12,000 calories in a day. Like, don't do that to yourself. Like, think of food to fuel your body, not to make you lose weight. Like, food should be your happy place. Like, I love food, even though I done lost a lot of weight. I still love food. Like, I still generally enjoy eating food. Like, that's my happiness. Okay.